That's weird. Okay. And we're live. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing good. How are you, Robert?
Anytime I get to do a show with you is always a good day. That's how I look at it. So,
That's how I look at it too.
woohoo! So, for those that just joining in, howdy. I'm Robert Lee, the founder and executive video producer of ShaLaLaLa Productions, where we create marketing videos as well as providing live streaming service catering towards the medical and the educational field with a specialty in pop culture. And I'm here with.
Matt Haas. I have several YouTube channels. I'm a technology expert and I teach you how to make searchable videos people actually watch.
Indeedly do. And interesting enough, I think maybe like at the end of the show you may have some stuff to talk about,
Oh, yeah.
but before we jump into the topic, how are things going?
Good. I'm doing a lot of things behind the scenes. I am making all of my shows better,
Okay.
making small little tweaks. I mentioned that Ecamm recently came out with an update that's currently in beta, but it lets you take advantage of a web technology called WebM,
Hmm.
and that allows um, better integration with videos, videos with clear backgrounds, most specifically. So I've been doing some things with that, and I've been making some animated overlays for my stream, and I have maybe a business idea about that I want to run past you. Get your fresh hot take on my idea. It might not be good. I want your brutal, honest reaction. I know I can count on you.
Well, at least I'll be ready to bring the fire.
Yeah. How's it going with you? What have you been up to?
Oh, let's see. Well, I mean, I'm last was it last week? Yeah, last Friday we got our vaccination shot, so I'm just happy to be able to get that underway with the folks and my bro, and just a matter of just trying to keep up with efforts of just trying to I think I can't remember like whether it was last week before, just trying to incorporate some of the ideas we talked about of just trying to do better live streaming and just a matter of just trying new things and whether it's whether it's about the show or marketing efforts. So as the old adage is, just trying to continue to try to learn and expand the old noggin. And oh, I think you might like this. Got some added some new sound effects. Oh wait, I had it working before. Ah, anyway, I'll figure what's going on with that. It was like the pew
A
pew
for
pew pew.
effort. There
All
you
right.
go.
Speaking of A for effort and everything like that, why don't we just get right into the subject or the topic of the day? Oh,
Who are you working for? Talk to me. Look at me.
yeah, he snuck in somehow.
Got to
So
keep an eye on him.
yeah, I thought what?
Jean Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, you know where the feet are flying, so I had to get ready to duck. Um, so yeah, what it is that we promoted earlier is about a new segment, new idea about compare and contrast. Just that there's a lot of information out online of whether it's in our field or our general interest of video production, video marketing, YouTube, what have you. That I thought it'd be kind of neat to be able to pull some information that I found just doing some Google searches and kind of compare to like what we've been talking about or what we try to practice, and hopefully to be able to take on some questions of people of this topic. Um, I shared a link in the description of the article that we pulled from, and what the topic was. Hang on, it works so well in rehearsal. I don't know why it's giving me fits. It's nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it.
In the eyes. Look
Nope.
at me.
Oh, that's a close up, Matt. There we go. It's the idea of coming up with hot live video idea topics for either try to improve engagements or just if you're just in a rut and you're trying to think of just really cool topics to talk about. And so this article came from cmspeaking.com, and they were coming up with 9, as they say, captivating ideas, live video ideas for live streaming. So to make it easier, the link is in the description, but also kind of put together a summary of what those 9 ideas are, and they break it up into like three categories, and each one having like 3 ideas with it. And I have to preference it that this came from a site that they focus on the travel industry. So even though it may be specific to the industry itself, the ideas itself is, I don't know if I would say universal, but just one that you could apply to your own respective business or your efforts in terms of just the idea or the contents to help kickstart. So the first one they addressed a day in the life, and those are examples like either showcasing your experience. So in this case, I think it was like the travel industry. So it's a matter of just what kind of interesting things you can share about like types of cruise activities or outings to look out for, what works for them, what not, activity itself as either the work that goes into into the travel industry itself. So like if you're like for example like for cruises, as to like what it takes to run activities or just in fact just try to get people to show up behind the scenes, just like with any business, just to see like what the work goes on in the respective industries, and then it breaks down to like the interviews. BDM stands for Business Development Management Manager. So for that industry, if they have like new products or new ideas, it's the idea like they would talk to that person to introduce either what's coming out in the market, what new products or offerings to look out for, new stuff that would catch people's idea that would generate interest. And then you get the standard like having interviews with happy clients, staff. And then what I thought was interesting, the third one, they say go local, and it's the idea like where they're traveling to, like the location itself, that could spawn different types of topics. So they say iconic site. So um, let's use the state of Pennsylvania for example. You have the Liberty Bell, so that's something noteworthy, and so maybe they're like activities or other thing surrounding that the bell as to what to check out, and then the local markets, the local flavor, things like that, and popular carrot. So those are like
Cheesesteaks specifically. That's what you want to get when you're looking at the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. Go for the cheesesteaks, the local cheesesteaks.
But I mean, the ideas they have, I thought they're cool, but I thought what was kind of lacking is topics like either community building or just maybe something specific, whether it's maybe like a specific demo of whether it's an offering or just something of the industry that would catch the people's interest that they may want to check out.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff missing from the list. I mean, you
Yeah.
could teach someone how to do something. You could talk about strategies to do something. I do like the day in the life stuff. That's good. The behind the scenes type of thing, that can be like extra content often. Um, make the members have access to that. That's a good technique as well. But yeah, I tend to not have problems coming up with content ideas because I have 4 YouTube channels. I have so many ideas, it's spilling out into 4 YouTube channels. So, well, 3. I publish 2 actively, but
Right.
yeah. I love lists like this, and it's a good start. Things like these things like what you're showing is a good start. And ideally, you'll get into a groove. If you love the subject matter, an aid like this will have benefit in the beginning, and then its benefit will taper off over time, because once you get fired up, start cranking out videos, something like this is less effective. Like when I made my course, I made those 32 videos in 4.5 weeks. It took me. Like, I was heads down. I was cranking them out. And, when I say cranking them out, I didn't skip any step. They all have closed captioning. They all have unique thumbnails. They all have outlines of the subject matter that you can click the timestamps and jump right to the part of the fully built out videos. But I was just going. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's the idea of I guess what spurred my interest in the article is some of the ideas that you thought of were ruminating in my head, but I guess because we're just so close to like the content we put up on YouTube, that it's so community focused, that I think that's what jumped up at me as to as that for that element. Now, granted, I mean, this is a travel industry, so it's I understand that what they're trying to do, but I don't know. I mean, it's almost like maybe some of the things that either we've done, whether it's throwing out questions to the audience as to the topic, whether it's not Q&A, not specifically the Q&A, but just one that just really would get them firing. Uh, I don't want to say it's like the idea of just coming up with content that's like a fire and brimstone, like poke the bear type, to get their attention kind of thing, but something along those lines of just trying to engage them. Along those lines, maybe this might be a little bit more advanced idea, but and maybe it's more because it's a lot of the content that's been popping up on my notification are high end, but just like there's the entertainment value of just like sort of like a gamemanship type of approach. Whether it's if they're doing like a demo, they might have like an audience member pit head to head. Maybe they're just trying to like engage with their knowledge, or maybe if it's like testing a skill building or something like that.
See, anytime you involve someone else, there's more opportunity for failure and unexpected shenanigans. The man on the street stuff is not something for a live show for sure. That's you want to capture that video and edit it down,
Yeah,
because
I mean, I guess I mean maybe it's just the idea that it's not so much the idea of like doing things different for the sake of doing things different, but just like it's almost like for something like that, it would be like an ambitious approach, but one that I thought that if it's executed right, that the payoff is pretty high for that. Um, Probably the idea that where things could go wrong is probably adds to the excitement value. Uh, like like those old fashioned circus acts where you see someone walking on the tightrope. If they do it live, you don't know if the person's gonna go ah, or just like come out aces, because there's that fear of the unknown. Although it's a different example, but it's the idea like that with anything when you add like entertainment value. God, I don't know why that's a tongue twister.
I get that. I mean, if that's your channel, I mean, you wouldn't want to deliver content week after week and then do something really radically different, because it could your core audience could not like it and go away, or you can get a whole new audience that loves it, but then your existing audience doesn't. So but yeah, no, content ideas. This is a tough subject. Again, I'm not short on content ideas. I am bombarded with all kinds of awesome stuff that comes my way that I want to talk about and share and give my opinion about. But
So maybe the challenge would be, if with so many ideas, as to parse it out as to which one to go first. Maybe would the challenge for you would be more like a priority as to like which ones you want to do first, or or maybe
Yeah, I mean, it's that's not so much an issue on any one given channel, but it's like if I know I need to get back into the wood shop on Awesome Wood Things because I haven't posted a video in a while. So I need and I want the thing I want to make is going to go into my office. It won't be on camera, but I want it in my office. It's some soundproofing I'm going to work on that has an extra flair of awesomeness to it.
ooh,
Oh yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. But on any given channel, I don't have a prioritization thing. I mean, well, with the piano channel, like I find a cool song from the 80s and I practice it like crazy until I'm ready to perform it, and then I perform it. So that's I mean, I've got a few song backlog, but it's always, okay, this is the song I want. So that I don't run over that. With the YouTube stuff, there's breaking news each week. So that's what I cover. So there's never something to go ahead of the break. If it's breaking news, it's breaking news.
right.
Now, with the grow an audience stuff, that can be timeless, evergreen content, and that can, I usually don't have too many things stacking up, or I'll want to redo a video. I think I'm going to redo one of my older videos that has done really well. I have a couple more tips to it. It was a tip video, and I come up with a few more. So I was using an older camera. My set was darker. I like sort of the dark mood. Now I switched it to the lighter mood. So I think that kind of needs a refresh, but those don't really stack up too much. But it's the multiple channels where I run into scheduling, and that's a niche thing. Like that,
Yeah.
most people are just rocking one channel, and I should probably start doing that. But
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a good problem to have where you have so much content that it's just a matter of deciding which one to go. But
well, I want to start a fifth channel.
wait,
I would like to do a channel on saving and earning money and investing. I think
okay.
I think I could do pretty well at that topic.
Okay.
But that's a whole other channel. I'm like, oh my gosh. Now I got that. I got the YouTube channel. I got the woodworking channel. I got my vlog channel. I got my piano channel.
Right.
So I don't think that's going to get off the ground. The ad revenue is a lot better on that type of content
Oh yeah.
because people, oh yeah, advertisers. Well, I don't know if you know this, but people think of Google and YouTube, because YouTube is owned by Google. People think that company is an ad company. Well, they are, but the mechanism that makes ads work is auction. The real statement is Google is an auction company. It doesn't seem like an auction company, but that's how the ads work. People say, here's my ad. I want to put it on financial channels, and I'll pay up to X amount. And then the system automatically decides the price, and the price is decided based on what the market can bear. And so the coding under the hood of Google is auction. That's how they make their money. Now, but it's no one bidding. It's not like eBay where you put in your bid and then you try and snipe it. It's not like a human interaction thing. You
okay.
put what the max you'll pay. And the point is that space, the financial space, when there's ads, they pay a lot more anyway. And then since they're paying more for the ad, Google splits the revenue, and then the content creator gets, in turn gets more.
Exactly.
But I'm still not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because it's not that I don't have a passion for it. It's not that I don't have expertise for it. It's just it will make it harder for my other channels to grow if I'm doing that.
Right. It was getting a little bit harder for me to see, so I had to switch it up. Plus, links in the description for those that just want to be able to get the link of the article that summarize it. I mean, if you want me to throw up the graphic, I'd be glad to, but
No, this works.
I think I'm showing my age where I'm like, where's Matt?
No, it's all good. But yeah, coming up with content ideas. You know, if you have a passion for it, the ideas should come to you. If you're dialing it in, then you'll have trouble with ideas.
Right.
That's
So
the general statement.
although I'm not sure this is off subject, but when you brought up the idea of like a fifth channel, maybe this is more of a deep dive, but like what are the thoughts that go into like coming up with a fifth channel? Is it more just based on things that pique your curiosity, or one where it's kind of like maybe a little bit of FOMO where you want to get in on the action on just knowing what's going on with the subject in and out and everything like that, or
It's mostly the first thing. That's what drives me, is I have something to say. I have something I think will be valuable to people, and um, that's mostly it. In some respects, way down at the bottom of the list, maybe 1%, 2%,
Mhm.
is you'll get stuff. You'll get free stuff from companies around whatever genre you're in. The
Yep.
woodworking people, they get free tools, they get free sandpaper, they get free consumables, and tech reviewers get free phones, they get free earpods, earbuds, piano channels get free music equipment, but I've never even scratched the surface with that. And I have a big woodworking channel. Like that's a big channel. I got a large audience over there. But the only thing that came by me was someone said they wanted to give me a sit stand tabletop desk thing. It wasn't a whole desk, but it was, you put this on a desk and then it cantilevers up and cantilever. It takes your computer monitor. They said I could have one of those for free if I would put it on my channel. And they were that's about a $200 item. But I said no. I said I don't want it.
uh, and my good bro Josh says he likes free. Free is nice, especially the price.
Yeah, me too. Believe me too. Hey, everything on this set is bargain item. I know it doesn't look that way, but it is. I mean,
So I got an interesting question from you, Matt. It's from my good friend Phil Goulet, and he sent over a question, and he writes, "How does Matt plan to differentiate himself on his proposed financial site?"
well, if the proposed financial site ever gets off the ground, which I seriously doubt, I would differentiate myself by just telling you like it is, and being very frank and short with the end. I wouldn't coddle any subject. If there's the right answer, you'd get the right answer. And if someone tried to make the point that's the wrong answer, I think my differentiation would be I would shut it down. In other words, here's the recommendation. I don't know. Does that make sense? And I think I could put a fun little, not a snarky spin, but it would be sort of like well, your method is for suckers. Like if you want to do it the fastest way with the highest return and the lowest risk, then you do it this way.
Yeah, it's a gentle balance where you don't want to deal with any flaming issues or leaving anyone in the cold.
Well, I don't know. That's how I think I would differentiate myself, is just with a more gritty delivery that's matter of fact and is not berating the wrong answer, but it's like kind of giving it one like the side eye, like really, like you're going to put your money in a bank rather than a credit union. Like credit unions are so much better. Like banks are for suckers. Put your savings in a credit union, for goodness sake. That's if I were to do it, which I'm probably not going to do it. 0% BS, 100% SaaS. Joshua, I love you, brother. You're the man. You're the man. Yeah.
Wait, I think I might get it to work. Hang on, let me see if I can get my finger guns to work. Okay. I couldn't help it.
Was that a gun?
Well, it was
Didn't
meant to
sound
be.
like-
It was meant to be a finger, like a pew 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 pew. But
Okay.
the effect I had, it progressed one from pew pew pew, and all of a sudden, when it gets overheated, it goes pa 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 pa. Like, okay, that works too. So
Okay. Gotcha.
I had
gotcha.
I had another one, but then it sounded a little bit kind of strange.
Pew!
Pew pew pew. I love it. PEW. Pew pew pew. The best.
Indeedly do. Wait a minute.
Grease your gun. That's what she said. Why does Joshua have Sanford from Sanford and Son as the avatar, as the profile pic?
You know, I don't know. I never thought about it. I just kind of took it as par for the course. So I'll have to ask him when I see him.
Okay.
But all right. So there you have it. 0% BS, 100% of the sass is the best way to sum it up.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, I don't think it would be successful if I did that strategy. But by golly, that's how I would differentiate myself.
So hopefully, Phil, that answered your question. And thanks. So, all right. So we talked. Yeah, I mean, pretty much we kind of covered everything on the nine ideas and pretty much kind of delve into what we had mentioned earlier. Me more on the community side and oh god, and views that Matt had covered. But I guess the only thing that they had added that it was pretty much kind of like glossed over was just pretty much like live streaming tips in terms of like the gear, best practices, and pretty much it's I think it's just more like a standard type of tips, whether it's just making sure you get the right light, you don't want to be operating in the dark, you know, if you're really keyed into your industry, it's a matter of just kind of be aware of the types of trends that are going in your market, and pretty much your
Do
standard
you want me to
stuff.
run this potential strategy idea by you to get your opinion?
Let's hear it.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Toggle screen share. There we go. Okay, so I got this free overlay pack.
Okay.
See how that just animated?
Yeah.
I think here, watch. So that inspired me right there.
Yes.
That YouTube bar that grew out of was animated,
Okay.
and I'm like, well, I like that, but my color scheme is green, so I want to do them in green.
Right.
So I made a whole bunch of these with a color scheme that was all green.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, well, aren't they gorgeous? I love that effect. Like it's not a static image. It kind of catches your eye for a second, and you can. So anyway, my idea. So
Okay.
since I wanted them to be all the same color scheme, I'm thinking, well, maybe I could make them without the words in it. They'll just be a white panel.
Mhm.
That way, anyone can put their own words with vMix or Ecamm or OBS Studio. And then, well, since I've made them all in green, I could render out more of them in other colors. I could have a whole rainbow of colors. And I did a whole bunch. Like I did Facebook, Patreon, Teespring, Buy Me a Coffee, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I made one for the email. I use MailChimp. I put the MailChimp logo on there, and I did this. I have a dozen of them that I'm going to have, and I think I'm going to use these on my show because it's getting to the point where I have 4 different ways you can donate to me. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. And I'm like, it's getting hard to, talk about each one. So I just want to go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the screen, have them all 4 stacked up, like maybe have them like a 1-second delay. So they sort of animate like a cascading, it'd be like a visual thing. And then I could say, Patreon's here, Stream Elements tips here, buy me a coffee, or you can donate crypto. Boom. And then get those 4 off the screen. And then if the things I want to sell, I want to put my course and my deep dive review on the screen. So I go boom, 1, 2, talk just 10 seconds about this, 5 seconds about that, get that off the screen. And I could, so I was just like, yeah. Oh, then what about social? So let's say you don't want to buy anything from me. Let's say you don't want to donate to me. Well, what else can you do around my content? Oh, I have a Facebook group. There's the Facebook. I have an email newsletter. So I could put all the ways you can interact, with, and then talk about them, 5-second blurb each, get them off the screen. And then maybe even my shows. I even have one for all 4 of my YouTube channels where you go channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, and they're all green. They're, even though Facebook has the blue background, not on my channel, it's all green. So I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe I'll have these dozen all with blank white things, and I'll have a dozen in green and blue and red and orange and yellow and purple, the whole thing, and then say, do you want it? Here, take it. And then, sign up for my email newsletter, and you give me your email address, and here's 70 different animations, a dozen each with, I don't know, is what I've shown hokey and no one would want it? Or is it valuable enough to warrant giving me your email address and I occasionally email you? Or should I charge for it? I mean, I don't know. So Sasha's in the audience. She's saying, great idea, Matt. Lots of claps, lots of thumbs ups.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my business idea. I always like to give value and get something tiny in return. Like I'm not out to, have you break your credit card out and break the bank with this type of thing, because it is something small, but that's much better than just like the static lower third, and it's all rendered. Do you know how hard it is to make animation with a clear background and have it be good? Not super hard, but you got to figure out a lot of things. It's not the easiest thing to do. And I don't know.
Yeah,
that's something.
No, it's pretty cool. I think because like people are so used to like seeing like Facebook blue, it's almost like kind of like having them relearn that they use different colors for different purposes and stuff. So I imagine maybe there may be like not like a learning curve, but it's almost like kind of prompting them as to like getting used to the idea of seeing and using it in different manners, as you describe. So, but I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, I like the idea.
I wouldn't recommend it as a standalone thing.
Right.
But during a show where you got green everywhere, your colors are green, and you're doing multiple, then I think that's less of a concern. But good concern. Thank you for bringing that forward. I appreciate it. I need your brutal honesty. That's why I can count on you. You'll tell me and say, Matt, that's a horrible idea. I know you won't pull punches.
Yeah. Although, and this might be a little bit, how do I put this? But I mean, like for those that are maybe I'm not sure what the term is, but like visually challenged, like color folks that are colorblind, or maybe
Color contrast.
yeah, that they may not pick up on it. So, so if if the majority of the audience have that visual challenge, that might be a challenge.
I've made sure it was WCAG 2.0, 2.1 compliant with the color contrast.
Okay.
So that's the difference between the white text on the colored background. If it's, yeah, I'm very aware of that, and
Yeah.
I've factored that in.
Yeah. Because
I
like
don't think I would do a yellow, because a yellow background with white text is that's not enough contrast. But I think I can get like like an orange that still looks orange and doesn't look brown.
I'll get you some
Darker
orange right here.
Yeah, there you go. You know,
Yes.
I have a graphic design degree. I went to college for graphic design, so I'm all about making content from me look like it came from me, and color is one of many ways to tie something all together. That's why I wanted the same color space. Like even Patreon. Patreon is these colors.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I did dark green, white on a green background. And look, listen, all of these companies have a black and white version of their logo. All you do is you use that one and you put whatever color you want in the background.
Right.
Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, so if you would want a whole suite of social icons for your channel, here it is. Here's the whole basket.
Dang, I don't have a basket icon.
That's my idea. So
Okay.
we'll see. We'll see if that ever gets off the ground. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking about doing.
Or as they say, stay tuned. Same. Wait, that's different usage. Bad channel.
Yeah. Are you using analogies again?
No, just using the wrong quote. Like, what's a good one for like keeping viewers in tune? Bad same bad time, same bad channel. No, that's not gonna work.
No. See. Did you graduate from analogy school? I thought you were taking night classes. I haven't seen your certificate yet. So.
Hey, how about them Patriots? I don't know. But
Nationals, Washington Nationals, baby. That's my baseball team.
yeah,
Baseball's starting up soon.
yeah, I'm. It's man, I've got. It's like it's so hard to keep track as to when the first sport ends and then the next one. I mean, I already know like football's over, but you already they start talking about like preseason, and then I guess hockey's still going on. A couple others I'm blanking out.
Well, minor league baseball in my city starts in middle of May.
Ugh. Thanks, Josh.
Josh pulls no punches.
Thanks. Wait a minute. Where was it again?
Bro.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I had.
You need to get yourself a stream deck.
Ah. Oh, so. Oh yeah. So did you see? I just started watching the episode where Lori was talking about the Mini Pro versus the Stream Deck. Had you?
Yeah, I saw that.
I gotta watch that, but yeah.
No, everyone was saying the same thing. You can't compare those two products. They kind of serve different purposes.
Yeah.
And she's like, look, I get it. The title needed to be that because I get that. She gets that question all the time. So people are asking the wrong question over and over, where they'll say, oh, I don't think I'm going to get the ATM Mini. I'm going to get the Stream Deck instead. And she's like, then she's got to go into the whole differences between the two pieces of hardware. And she's like, you know what? I'm making a stream about this.
Hang on. Now that we got that one in there. Okay. So I'll go to remedial metaphor school or yeah, something like that. Anyway, let's see. Playing with the
Did you see I
papers.
published my piano video? Blondie's Call Me.
Yes. Yes. I was surprised as to like you're saying like how much of a challenge it was to play that. I mean,
Took a month. Took a month to learn that. 4 weeks. It's crazy. Very hard. Very, very fast and unforgiving. I was physically tired after playing that. Anyway, yeah, oh yeah, no, I'm banging away at it pretty hard.
that would do it. Because
And,
I'm like, is he singing too? I'm like, wait a minute.
no, I wasn't singing. No, I will not be singing. Singing is a no for me. That's never going to happen. No,
Well, if you-
no. People have been asking me to do it, but I'm like, no. I just want to play the piano.
Oh man, I won't stop you if you do, but that'd be news to me.
Well, Monty Cohn, he's like, look, man, it's a trifecta. It's like, you got to introduce vocals. And I'm like, you know what? I hear you. I know you're right. It's not going to happen.
Maybe if he's interested in vocals, maybe he could serve as the lead singer to your.
No. See, I have no aspirations to perform. It's more of something I'm doing because I want to do it.
Yeah.
And I bought a new stand for it. So I'm getting a new piece of hardware for my piano.
Nice.
That'll be it will look exactly the same on screen. Nothing's going to change. It's just going to be on a different stand. Cuz I made this stand myself. I made it in my workshop. And
is it different than the
I
one
love
you
it.
made for your for mobile phone stand that you made?
Oh, I made that too. Yeah. But I'm replacing the piano stand. I'm not replacing this. This thing's freaking awesome. Did I show this last time?
I don't know if on air if we did.
This
we?
this was $22. It's a cell phone holder for your car.
Yep.
This suction cup has adhesive on it. Plus, it's a suction cup, so you stick
Right.
it on your dash. And I'm like, well, this would look good on the desk because it's angled toward my face, so it unlocks with the FaceTime, and it's not all the way down where I can put the cord into it. So I went in the wood shop and made this little boomerang-y type thing, and then just stuck it to that. And now I was going to stick it right to the desk, but I'm like, you know what? If I stick that to the desk, I'm going to want to move it an inch to the left or an inch to the right. Something's not going to be perfect with the position. So that's why I built that little block of wood, and I love it. So yeah, maybe I should put that on my website where I'll resell you this plus this wood part. You can have one yourself. You get the combo. Nah, I don't know.
Anything can happen.
I like making stuff like that. Like I made this for my set. See this here?
A boom arm.
Let me get this out of the way. Get that out of the way. Yeah, this is just a lamp that lights up that stuffed animal, and I made it in the wood shop, because I wanted it up off the desk and I wanted it angled, but it has to be able to manipulate on the x-axis, the y, and the z. So
It looks like you're interrogating the beaver. Like, were you the one that made the dam?
Did you block up the river? Anyway, so that's I get very crafty. Well, it does not want to focus on me for some reason.
Boy, I thought it was my eyesight that was going.
Let's see if I can get it to go. Oh, maybe I knocked out. Oh, focus cancel. Oh, I hit the focus cancel button. Uh-oh. I don't know how to get that back. I'm gonna have to break the manual out. What did
Uh-oh.
I do?
It's getting better.
Oh, wait a minute. There it goes.
Okay.
I pushed a button. I pushed a button I never pushed before. Now, why
Uh,
would they have a button? Why would they have a button to cancel the autofocus? Like, what's the use case for that? That's what I want to know.
so much for breaking.
Oh, you know what?
Breaking that camera. Yep.
I don't have these lights on.
Now you do.
We're gonna have to restart the show.
All
I
right,
can't
yep.
do a show without these lights in the back.
Okay.
We start it over.
And we're back. Sorry. Let's see. How do I interrogate the beaver?
No, don't read that.
Yeah.
This is from Whack-A-Mole. You know the Whack-A-Mole games at amusement parks? This was the prize on Whack-A-Mole. And I never lose at that game. I am the best at that game. I'm the self-proclaimed champion of that game. So that's where that's from, Whack-A-Mole.
The only thing I can add is that the high school that my brother and I went is actually called Beaver Country Day. So go figure. Yeah. Yep. I was gonna.
Well, do we have anything else?
I was trying to look for the cueing the tumbleweeds, but I that would require for me to be actually create one. I forgot to do that. Something to add to my to-do list, folks. But no, I was gonna.
You're stepping up your overlay game.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, darn it, I was like before the show, I had everything all queued up to queue up the overlay that we did earlier, and I'm like, but
Oh, I did something cool.
all right, let's hear it.
I streamed on Amazon Live for the 4th time, and I had my new rig that I put my phone on, and the phone was shooting the Rodecaster Pro. Let me tell you,
Yes.
it looked spectacular.
So for
iPhone camera
Yeah.
for streaming,
Yeah.
and I used Epoch Cam. That was a good picture. And it was a good demo, too. It was short. It was about 25, 30 minutes. I touched the parts of the hardware that I thought were most impressive to prospective buyers.
Yeah.
And I also talked about things that aren't really talked about too much on other people's reviews.
Yeah.
Like I thought, and but yeah, new hardware, the phone worked great, the video turned out great, and I'm hoping to see my live video on the actual buy page of that product, because that could happen.
That'd be cool. I know, like last week we talked about Amazon Live and the shows you've done. So, you wouldn't happen to have the link for that for everyone to check out?
Yeah, good for you.
All right.
Get it for you. I got it right here.
All right. So for folks that are on the old YouTubes, we'll have that link for you to check out. I thought I saw like a notification about that on Facebook, so that's pretty cool.
It's in the chat.
All right. Let me go dig that out.
Yeah, you got to watch me on social media to get it. I think if you follow me on Amazon Live, because it has a follow button on the platform, then you might get some sort of notice from Amazon. But I wouldn't count on that. I'm the Wizard of Haas over on that platform. I'm not All Things YouTube or Awesome with Things.
Okay, and
So
just
look
share
for
that over
Wizard
to
of
the-
Haas, HAAS.
So folks that are, whether it's you're watching us live on YouTube or Facebook, you can check out the link in the comments, or at least for YouTube, it's in the live chat. But we'll have that in the comment section. In the Facebook Live, it's already in the comments.
The links are very long. They don't have short links on that platform. It's like
Yeah.
3 sentences long is the link to the show. But I mean, hey.
And that's where Bitly comes in handy. So
Well, but then I try not to use Bitly if I can avoid it, because people don't know what's underneath that link. At least this way they can see, oh, Amazon.com/something. Okay, I'm a little more apt to click it. But yeah,
What Matt says. So we got the link
yeah.
up there. Yep.
I
Yes.
just I think what I think, and what I think might not always be the best for everyone, but that's the way I think about link shorteners. Most platforms have their own link shortener.
Right.
YouTube has its own link shortener, and I think most do. So if they do, my recommendation would be to do that. I like the Wizard of Haas. Yeah, one of my one-on-one consulting clients called me that.
Yeah.
I do one-on-one consulting for YouTube at a very high dollar cost. This is like a multiple week engagement where I work daily with someone.
So
Anyway,
they addressed you as the Wizard of Haas.
It came out of, it doesn't address me all the time, but one comment from him was that.
Okay, gotcha.
He's like, man, I was like, I can't believe how far we've come in such a short amount of time. Says, you're the Wizard of Haas. I was like, what did you say? He says, yeah, you should buy that domain. I bought the domain that night. If you go to wizardofhaas.com, there is a website there. Just spell it with 2 A's. Wizardofhaas.com. It's a live website.
I tell you, the things these crazy kids come up with, you know.
I like my logo too. I've got a cool Wizard of Haas logo. Did you see it?
Let's see it.
There. I don't know if you can discern what that is, but it is a green flying monkey on a yellow brick road background. I love it. I was thinking of getting that tattooed on me, but I don't think I'm going to pull that trigger.
Where would you put it?
I don't know. Here, look. I'll give you. There it is. I'll give you a closer view of it.
There we go.
Oh, cool. This is on awesomewoodthings.com. Look at that. Do you know how hard it is to make a perfectly round frame?
How hard?
It is very difficult. But that was what I wanted to see if I could do, is make a perfectly circular picture frame. Yeah, so it's emerald green is the monkey, and yellow brick road yellow is. Oh, I love it. I love awesome things.
Yes, we're able to squeeze in monkeys in our show, folks. So
flying monkeys. Dun, 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 dun.
That's another thing I gotta look into, is getting a flying monkeys or monkey sounds.
Oh God, that's sort of a terrifying. No, I'm trying to protect my hearing. If you put high pitched squealing monkeys through the vMix, it's gonna make me go deaf.
Well, we can just shoot that idea down. That's all I got, guys. Yep. I think we're kind of at the clutching at straws portion of the show, folks. So, I was gonna say, if I dare, should I add final thoughts?
Have a lot of passion in your content, and ideas shouldn't be that big of a challenge.
Wait,
They'll never not be a challenge, but they shouldn't be a big challenge. Oh, Joshua has a question for me. He says, did you use a router or scroll saw? You can watch the video and find out. No. I mostly used the lathe, the wood lathe. Now, I think if I remember correctly, I bandsawed out the outside as round as I could get it, and then stuck it on the lathe, and then shaved it down where the outside diameter was perfect. And then I got the wood chisel on the inside one too. And then I put it on the router to notch out the groove to put the artwork on the bottom. What a tease. Sorry. No, well, do you want the video? Here, I'll if my spoken explanation wasn't good enough for you, I'll drop the link to the video in the chat. Share, copy. Here we go. There you go. That's what we're talking about there. Let's see. Oh, see, okay. Oh, well, no, it looks like I used the scroll saw to do the inside cut and maybe even the outside cut. Oh, and there's the router for the hold on. See, look. Ooh. Oh, that just made it flush. Oh, look at that. Look at that bit. That is a dangerous operation, ladies and gentlemen. Do not attempt that without knowing what you're doing. You get one shot at it, and that's removing a lot of wood. And do you know what will stop that bit from spinning if you get into trouble?
What's that?
Nothing. There is nothing on the planet that can stop that bit from spinning. So if you put your finger in there, it's going to take, you could jam a piece of steel into that bit and it will keep spinning. Routers have one of the most powerful engines on them because they don't ever want them to stop, which means they're very dangerous. You put that wood in there, it could jerk you in. Anyway, that's how I made it. I didn't show the lathe part. I didn't show the lathe part because I didn't have a camera over at that part of the shop. So I had some technical difficulties with the lathe. Anyway.
I was gonna say,
this is my problem, Robert. I have too many passions, and I'm overly passionate about the things I'm passionate about. And then I make these great videos. I try to make them great videos. I make all these videos, and then I have too many content ideas. It's my problem.
Too many ideas. Too many ideas. Wait, it's like not enough time in the. Yeah, never mind. Forget it, folks. Well, for those that are kind of getting the idea of like what I'm trying to get at.
If you let's make a pact, you and I. If and when you ever nail an analogy first shot, we should say goodnight, folks, and end the show because we need to leave on a high note.
I chalk it up to showing my age there. So, what's he say? I made.
Oh, nice candlestick in the wood shop on a lathe in college, and the wood shop technician thought it was a blankety blank. Yeah, I made a wine stopper.
Oh no!
And it looked like something of an adult nature. Yeah, Sasha has that problem too. Yeah, too many content ideas. Hey.
Oh, I thought she had problems with
don't
stuff, which is using analogies. But all right, well, before I open up a can of worms of other stuff, I was gonna say leave me exposed to other challenges, but that's already been the door's already been busted wide open on that one. Yeah, I think we've kind of gone past the idea of like final thoughts there, as it's well evident. But I almost said tune in tomorrow, but I meant to say tune in next week, where we'll as we get closer to the showtime, which is the 17th. We'll let folks know what we'll be talking about. I guess we'll throw in a couple more comments before we go. I think I got the wrong one. I think that's what I meant. Yeah, there you go. We spare no expense of getting folks involved here, so appreciate you guys hopping on it and catching us live. And yeah, so next week's show, 17th, as to the topic, as we get closer to the day, we'll be able to let folks know. But yeah, that's about it.
All right. Thanks for hanging out. Good show. See you next week.
Yep. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be safe, be well, and anything that we might have forgotten, you can catch all that information in the description of the page, whether it's the YouTube or the Facebook, and all the fun stuff. So, I'll wrap it up with a different end credit, which I think people ought to enjoy. So we'll do that. So,
Nice.
yep. So take it easy, everyone.